Ministry leaders are not perfect. Newsflash, we are not perfect. So I had this brought home to me on Monday. I missed a ministry meeting. It was supposed to start at 4 o'clock, and I was just bopping along, doing things, taking out the trash, whatever. And it was about 5:30 before I realized I had missed a meeting. So immediately, all of the condemning whispers that Satan loves to do to us started coming in. Like, what's wrong with you? How could you do that? What were you thinking? Why didn't you set your alarm? And all these mean girl things started coming into my head, and I felt really condemned. I felt terrible about it. Do you struggle with feeling like you need to be perfect as a ministry leader? I struggle with that, and I'm working on it. My coach has helped me tremendously with that, but it still creeps in. But you know what happens now? Now when it creeps in, I see it as a trick of the devil. It's like, no, this is not a time for me to wallow in condemnation. This is a time for me to think strategy. What went wrong? What do I need to do to make sure it doesn't happen in the future? And how do I fix the problem or move forward? That's what you need to be doing. You need to be thinking about, what can I learn from this? How can I fix this problem? And how do I make sure that it doesn't happen again? That's a completely different way to think, rather than, oh, I feel terrible, I'm this or that. And you may feel terrible, it's okay, but don't wallow in that. Ministry leaders need to be solution focused. Do you know what I mean by that? Instead of allowing Satan to make us feel condemned, because you're gonna make mistakes. And guess what? The healthier your ministry is, the more you're really trying to do what God has called you to do, the more mistakes you might actually make. That's part of the process. That's part of your growth. That's part of your ministry's growth. And so don't let that get you down. You are not perfect. Let's look at an example. The Apostle Paul. The Apostle Paul wrote most of the New Testament, and he was probably one of the greatest leaders in the early church who moved the gospel out into the earth, which in miraculous ways, only supernatural God ways. Yet, all throughout the New Testament, he talks about he makes mistakes. When he would do right, evil's present on every hand. I have not reached perfection. And guess what? You haven't either. None of us will reach perfection ever until we get on the other side of glory. So don't beat yourself up. Recognize that mistakes are part of the process. Not being perfect is fine. You can be a wonderful ministry leader and never be perfect. Now, if this resonates with you and you're really struggling with your need to be perfect, your need to not make mistakes, and sometimes you won't do things because you're afraid you'll make a mistake, let's talk about that. I'd love to talk to you. Go to my website, pmcoachingandconsulting.org, and schedule a time with me, or DM me and I'll schedule a time to talk about whether coaching might be the right decision for you to help you become that outstanding ministry leader you've always wanted to be.